Support for the Couples Council comes from Mercier Wellness and Consulting. Their purpose is to equip you with the right skills for a happy and healthy relationship. Services available in office or virtual. Schedule your consultation now. For more information, visit mercierwellness.com. Mercier Wellness and Consulting. Small steps, big changes.
This podcast is not a substitute for therapy. Please consult a licensed professional for your mental health needs.
Now on with the show.
Hello and welcome to the Couples Council. I'm Dr. Jameson Mercier, the love mender, sitting alongside my wife and co-host, Herdine Mercier.
Hey, that would be me. I'm Herdine Mercier. Welcome to the Couples Council, the creator of the Wifidence movement.
We want to welcome you to yet another episode where we sit and we talk about relationships, not the way it's presented on much of social media, on the TV, in the movie.
Not the perfect ending all the time, but the realness of it and how you make sure by investing in your relationship, you can heal in all of the areas that need to be healed.
Yeah. Marriage is hard work, like we always say, but we do believe and know that with some right skills, with some stuff under your belt, there's no reason why you and your significant other can't have a happy and healthy relationship.
And we are cheering you on. And that's why we've created the Couples Council, to provide some insight into the realness of marriage and the commitment it takes and the work that you need to put in, not just daily, but every second of the day as much as you can.
Yeah, because marriage is a beautiful thing, but behind the scenes, sometimes it's just downright dirty. It's not always pretty. It ain't always roses. You know what I'm thinking?
What?
I used to work for 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you might have come into my store years and years ago, almost 15 years now, maybe closer to 20.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to love 7-Eleven hot dogs. Don't judge me. I survived on 7-Eleven hot dogs and Slurpees for like 3 years. And it wasn't until I started working there that it got difficult for me to eat them like I used to.
I wonder why.
Well, like they say, right? If you like something, you don't want to know how it's made. Right? So I got behind the scenes and I realized that, okay, there's more to this. And in some ways, marriages can be like hot dogs, you know?
Wow.
They taste real good, all juicy, but then when you think of the process to make that hot dog, it ain't always pretty.
Interesting analogy today, baby.
I know. That's where my head's at. Anyways.
I know you're not hungry because you just ate dinner.
And I had some nice rice, like a true Haitian. Yeah, rice and chicken. And tomorrow will probably be chicken and rice. So we've had a lot of fun lately. We've been stretching ourselves and stretching each other. We've got some articles published.
Yes.
If you follow us on Instagram, you would have seen that yours truly, Dr. Jameson Mercier, has been featured in a couple articles with Bustle, Theravive,
Fatherly.
Yeah, that one came out this morning, I think. So stay.
A lot of great interviews.
Yeah. It's nice to hear how smart you sound to other people. You know. We enjoy it. We have fun. And like we promised you, lots of great content coming out this year, 2019. By the grace of God, we're going to continue with this good streak that we have. And we'll keep you guys posted. But for today's episode, we're going to talk about
Wait. Before we go in today's episode, I need everybody to listen up. This Friday is the one and only Dr. J's birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, baby.
Yep. I'll be turning the big 50.
Yeah, right. Such an over-exaggerator.
No.
You still a baby.
Yeah, I'm not quite 50 yet, y'all. Don't
You're not even quite 40.
Yeah. I'm young, y'all. I'm young. I'm gonna stay young, forever young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it is my birthday.
So we have some things planned.
Interesting. Can we move on now, or are we still
No.
No.
So babe, have you been thinking about your birthday?
Oh, I've been thinking about it for months now.
Okay. What is it? What has come up for you?
Well, I was trying to go camping for my birthday by myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so what happened?
You told me no.
I did?
Yes.
When?
When I told you. When I told you, I said I want to be alone for my birthday. You said, hell no. So I said, okay.
Oh, I think this is another over-exaggerating story.
Then I said I want a truck for my birthday.
And what did I say?
Hell no.
That's accurate.
So I don't know what's going on, right? Apparently my birthday's not mine anymore. It's being hijacked.
Yes, it is. And you've done good. You've done good. I got to treat you right.
Okay.
So we'll talk more about that in the next episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you never know what people are going to say when you turn the microphone on. Here I am thinking we're doing the show, and we're not. Okay. Can we do the show now?
Yeah.
Okay. So today's... You sure?
So today's episode is talking about you've changed.
Yes. If you're in the typical marriage, after a while, you wake up and you feel like your boo, your baby, they're not the person you married 2, 3, 10, 20 years ago.
And you're probably waking up and it's a great thing that they've changed.
Right. It's not always a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
For sure it's not. As a matter of fact, sometimes that change is an indication of growth. In this episode, we're going to talk about how in today's episode, we're going to look at how Herdine and I have changed and how that's affected the marriage. Now, sometimes that isn't always a pleasant experience. Mm-mm. And other times it's a healthy exercise. This is one of many of the suggestions we've made that you guys can do as part of a love check. Okay? We have just a few ways that we're going to talk about. Some of them may actually be similar to what you and your partner might be thinking. And if they're not, that's cool too. Actually, we'd like to know. You know, we talk about some of the comments and feedback we get. Mm-hmm. Feel free to share those with us and let us know how you've changed and how that's working for you in your marriage. All right? So number 1, babe.
Yes, my love.
What is one way that you've changed in these last 15, almost 16 years now?
Since the conception of us dating?
Yes.
Yep, 16 years married, going on 12 this year.
Yep.
Wow. I think one of the areas I've changed is learning the importance of self-care. You know, coming into the relationship, everything was about you, and making sure that you were okay, and then eventually the kids were okay. And
well, actually, no, let me cut you off right there.
Why so?
Because Well, one, we didn't have kids for like
I said eventually.
eventually, right?
Yeah.
But you were always thinking about other people.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna go down the line of the other
Oh
people.
well, you taking forever, man. The show
Why
is
you
the show.
rushing? You see,
The show is only but
you-
so long. No, people got things to do. I got to edit this.
I don't understand. This is my process and my journey.
All right, homie, roll on. Roll on.
And so when you think about self-care, I realized that I would put everybody else before me. I would put everybody's dream before myself. I would put your cares and your worries. I would allow them to keep me up at night, and in some cases I still do. But that was one of the most crucial thing for me, is realizing that I must make time for me. I must see myself on the calendar. I must be doing things by myself.
Yeah. Now, what do you think you implementing more self-care has done for the marriage?
So I'm not coming to the marriage feeling empty or burnt out. I'm coming filled. You understand? I'm coming filled, and I'm able to pour in.
Yeah. Yeah. I can say I agree with that. There were times when, you'd be burnt out and just unavailable.
Yeah.
Completely just done.
Yeah.
And now that's not the case.
Nope. And I like it that way.
For me, I find that I'm more patient. Yeah, minus, a few minutes ago.
That's why I went.
Yeah, no, I'm more patient.
How are you more patient?
I'm way more patient. I used to be quick to pop off.
When?
Yeah, when I was younger.
Okay.
When I was younger.
I have not seen that side of you.
So
I don't know if we can really judge that into the relationship.
when I was younger, and even in the marriage, there were some times I may not have expressed it outwardly, but inside there were just some things that I know, in terms of having a patience for, they would like rub me wrong, And it's like, and the thing about being impatient, it's about like little stupid stuff, One thing that we still, talk about all the time is like the closet, putting clothes away. That don't bother me no more.
I guess.
Right. So, and what that's allowed, right? Having more patience, is that those things now they're not a condition for us to be in a good spot. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I see what you're saying. But when I think about you and saying that, more patient, I'm always saying you're like a duck. Stuff just rolls off your back. So I guess.
Well, so
I think I get upset that you're not upset when I'm upset about certain situations.
But again, so not being outwardly upset doesn't mean it doesn't bother me. And in the past, I was just as non-expressive about that being upset. Okay. I think with a lot of men, and I can say this for me specifically, I don't know about you guys listening, feel free to let me know whether that's you or your husband or boyfriend. Sometimes we do have things that bother us about our partner, but we don't show it. We just don't. And I think for me, that was one of those things. Like if we were running late for church in the beginning, I would just be like, okay, like, hello. I didn't want to be going upset,
To church.
Right. But it would bother me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's hard to receive the word walking in after a fight. You know what I mean? But those things over the years, they don't bother me as much. I have more patience for that.
Okay.
And it's important because now with kids around, you need a hell of a lot more patience.
Mhm.
So that's what I mean to say.
Yeah. I guess I can receive that because I'm trying to think about it. And when I think about someone that has patience, it is you. And it's always been you have it and I don't.
Oh yeah.
I have zero patience for nonsense.
Yeah. Dealing with it now. So, what's your number 2?
I think my number 2 is for me the thought of just ask what you're thinking instead of assuming. For me, my number 2 is asking what you're thinking instead of assuming, or asking what you're trying to say instead of assuming. Because I think in the beginning of our marriage, it's like, is he saying what I think he's saying? And so you go away or you walk around with that, and then you come home for dinner and you was like, you know what? I didn't appreciate how you said it and what you said to me. And then by the time we're done, you're like, honey, that's not what I was saying. But in my head, that's how I received it. That's how I took it in. And so to clear the air faster, what are you saying? Because this is what I'm hearing. And that is such a powerful statement that I've learned.
All right. And so that's done what for the marriage?
I think it has enhanced the marriage in a positive.
You can't say enhance it for everything.
Why?
Come on, like, are you gonna say that for number 3 too?
Yes.
No, you can't. You can't say.
So where's the guy that's patient?
Oh no, I'm patient. I'm waiting for a different answer.
I think, yes, it has enhanced this relationship. It has brought us closer because we spend time.
Okay.
We spend more quality time together instead of trying to figure out what were you trying to say when I can just ask you.
Yeah, more quality time together, more pleasant time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We don't play the mind reading game.
Yeah.
So number 2, I find that I'm less greedy. I'm less greedy, and I mean that literally, right? So like, literally, in terms of food, and in terms of like money, right? But I think if I had to explain that, it'd be more of a healthy way, you know? So like, if you asked me 10, 12 years ago, it was like hustle, grind, you know? And then when I was thinking about the whole food thing too, like, I mean, I'm not a big guy, but that doesn't mean I wasn't eating, or I wasn't always eating. I find that I'm much more mindful, much more conscious, number 1, of what I eat. And number 2, in terms of the energy I expend going after dreams, right? So I don't waste my hustle. I don't waste my grind. And what that's done, so being intentional about my hustle and my grind has allowed me to have more resources, more energy, more time, more money available for you, the kids, the family, the marriage.
And we love every moment of it.
Yes. And so that, I feel, I say being less greedy, but I guess the word is just being much more mindful and intentional, because I'm no less ambitious. I pay more attention to it now.
Okay. Which is great.
Number 3 for you.
I think for me, number 3 is mastering the art of studying you as my spouse.
Studying me.
I think.
You think you've mastered it?
I have mastered it. I've mastered the way you sleep. I mastered a look that you have. Like, I know what you're saying without you even saying it. And it took years to kind of speak that language of you're not opening your mouth, but I know something's going on. and I know when to check in.
Okay. What if I told you I've changed though?
I'll master that too.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to continue to study you.
Oh.
So it's just not like I'm mastering you and that's it. Like I'm constantly studying you as my spouse.
So you've learned how to study me,
Mm-hmm.
how to read me. What am I thinking now?
I'm hot, I'm sexy, and I'm amazing.
Yeah.
And you're married to the best wife ever.
Yes. Yes, and yes. And how's
On a serious note, I understand, like, if you're grinding your teeth at night, I'm like, he's probably stressed.
yeah.
He's probably thinking about something, and I know to jab you in the cheek, kind of wake you up.
Well, you've been doing that from day one. So.
And then, like, literally in the morning, I'll have a conversation with you. Is everything okay? Is there anything you need to talk about? But typically, that's just being able to see you for who you are.
Yeah. So this means I have 4 actually. Let me just respond to that.
Mm-hmm.
The mastering reading me thing, in the beginning when you would ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I was always sharing completely.
Wow.
Yeah. And it isn't that I was lying to you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I kind of was lying just by saying I'm fine. You know?
But was that your way of trying to protect me?
In some instances, yeah. In some instances, protect you, avoid maybe a potential confrontation, just not wanting to go there. And so now, though, it's like, generally when you ask, I'll tell you. What's more likely is that I don't know myself and I need time. And I often don't recognize it until you say something.
Yep.
So, and that also helps in I don't want to say enhancing, but
go ahead and say my word for the night.
It helps the marriage.
It enhances the marriage.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I guess that's number 4. That was 3. Number 4 for me is I find that I am less needy than I was in the beginning of the marriage.
In what way?
So less needy in that.
Meaning less sex?
No. And that ain't even no joke. Don't even play like that. No. If anything, as you get older, you need more sex. So.
I can't.
Less needing that when you're a new couple, you need or you feel you need the other person a lot or more, or you have to have them all the time. And if I think back, I had these ideas of what a marriage would be like and how it had to be. And part of that was that I needed you or you needed me or we needed each other. And I can see how in the beginning stages, we kind of began to meld into each other. Right? Now, some of you will say, well, what's wrong with that? Well, the problem with that is you begin to lose your sense of self. You can lose your sense of identity. And before long, you look in the mirror and you're like, I don't know who the hell I am anymore.
I know, it's so true. It happened to me.
All I know is I'm dressing like this, we're matching, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I don't think any of it was my decision. Now, it's easier for me to be who I am, right? And I'm less needy in that I need you less to be okay with who I am. You know, I need you less to make me feel okay. You know, I've been able to still find hobbies and interests that you couldn't care less for, and that's okay.
Yeah, but I typically support you in your hobbies and interests because I do believe that as a spouse, you still need to have your own identity.
Right. You support me in that I have them, but listen, truth be told, if I was going to go camping for 3 or 4 days in the wilderness by myself, that's not your thing.
It's not.
And I'm okay that it's not your thing.
Yeah.
I no longer need you to be camping with me.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
That's a great improvement. I love that.
Oh yeah, no, that's saved our marriage. Trust me. You know, another example is my journey and my adventure with minimalism. I don't necessarily need you to be a minimalist for me to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, I just love the fact that it takes me 15 minutes to do my laundry.
I cannot say the same.
No.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's why we still married. So, you know, so yeah, being less needy, and I don't necessarily even mean that in a negative connotation. That's just one of the ways we've changed.
Yeah.
It's more about being more self-assured within the marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for me, one of the things I would say that has changed, I didn't think I can love you anymore.
When was this?
Like
in the beginning?
Like in the beginning, I'm thinking, this is it. And over time, like I was able to discover other areas that I love you at. Like I didn't know that I would love you at seeing you as a dad. Like that holds a whole special place in my heart. Like today you taught Jace how to ride a bike.
Yeah, man.
And see you so happy, like seeing my son actually enjoying his father or the girls skateboarding. And sometimes I just go outside just to watch you in that role of a father. And I love that. I didn't think I can love you anymore, but as the time go on, I am capable of loving you even more.
Yeah, girl, river runs deep, man. Yeah. There's a lot more for you to find out. You know? So it's changed, and it will continue to change. And this is, I guess, the lesson of this episode. In the beginning, there's more to the marriage. There's more to the relationship. You know, after you say I do on that day, as much as you love the person, as happy as you are, as patient as you feel you are, as understanding as you feel you are, there is potentially infinitely more patience, infinitely more understanding, infinitely more kindness. You know, there were times, even though I can honestly and truly say I love you, I didn't feel like always being kind to you. You know, for example, if I was gonna, and this is just like how the little stupid things show up. Like if we were having dinner and I was getting up to go get a drink, I didn't always ask you if you wanted something. And I'm conscious of that, because in the beginning, I don't know that I thought like that. But now, I don't know that I'd get a drink without saying, "Hey, do you want something?"
Yeah.
I don't know if I always do it, but for me, that's something I recognize now. Or I may take your plate if you're done. You understand? But yet I felt like in the beginning, I loved you as much as I could, like you were saying. I didn't know that I could be more giving and more kind.
Yeah.
And over the years, I've learned that I can.
Yeah.
It even shocked me when I started bringing you candy.
I know.
I was like, what? I was like, yeah, you'd like it.
I know.
And now that I'm bringing you candy, you don't want it.
No, that's not true. I'm just on keto right now. I can't have as much sugar.
Keto.
Yes.
There it goes again. Anyways, guys, those are some of the ways that we've changed. We're more patient with each other, less needy. What'd you say over there?
Communication.
Communicate better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Marriage is constant work. And again, we hate to be the broken record, but it's constant work. But it's the kind of work that helps you get better. You know, it's the kind of work that, again, enhances.
Thank you for using my word.
Enhances the marriage.
Enhances.
Okay. Be ready for the kind of work. It's not always fun work. It's not always happy work, but it's important work.
And it's rewarding.
It is.
It's rewarding.
It is.
Because some of the stuff we can look back at that we bickered on, they're like, we're silly.
Yeah, they're just stupid. Not even silly. They're just stupid.
But you know what? We can look back at it and go, oh my, we've grown.
Well, that's our show for tonight. We'd like to hear your thoughts. We'd like to hear your feedback. We'd like to know if you think we have a chance in comedy.
Not a chance.
Not a chance, no. You know how to get in touch with us, guys. On Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Dr. Jameson Mercier, The Wife Mentor, and the website, mercierwellness.com. Checking our metrics, believe it or not, we've expounded into yet another country.
Yes.
Brazil. So whoever you are, down in Brazil, thank you. Wherever you are, whether you were laying on the beach listening, whether you were, up in the mountains listening, thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for helping us expand, reaching places and corners that we can't.
Yeah, the power of a mic.
People that we'll never be able to get in touch with physically, we're able to do that just through the web. We're grateful for you guys and we thank you for that. Remember, we'd like you to subscribe if you've not already subscribed. We'd also like you to leave a review.
And to rate.
Please. That helps us. It helps our metrics. It helps our reach. Tell a friend.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. Tell a friend.
Because over the years, we've learned to read each other's minds.
Yeah. If not over the years, over these last few episodes. All we got to do is read the script.
Yes.
Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you. And we do hope to catch you here on the next episode
of the Couples Council.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our mom and dad. If you like them as much as we do, then click subscribe and leave a comment. But now they have to go because it's family time.
So go practice what you heard and we'll catch you on the next episode.